Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to the wonderful world of Alice Madness Returns. I finished playing this about 2-3 days ago after about 12 hours of play, so I thought I'd do a review thing. So, let's talk about the good and the bad. First off, the good. What I really like about this game is the look of the entire thing. Each level has a theme, well, each chapter has a theme, and each theme is carried out throughout the enemies, throughout your character's look, Alice, and the world setting, and I really like that. I thought that was a really cool thing that you don't see a lot in games anymore. Now games just tend to be brown area, brown outdoor area, jungle area that's a bit brown and a swampy bit. So I really like the fact that they decided to change up the looks of the levels. What I also like is, I like any game where you play through someone's mind and neuroses and various problems they have. That's why I really enjoyed Psychonauts. While this game isn't quite up to the same level as Psychonauts, it's still pretty good for me. I also really like it when a game mixes up between what's real and what isn't, what's in Alice's head and what isn't in Alice's head. At some points it's really obvious, and then at other points that I only figured out after finishing the game and talking to Draconian that they were entirely just, what would you call it? An episode? Just a moment where Alice is entirely lost it, or you're stuck in her memories. There's an entire section that's just that, and I didn't notice it until I talked to Draconian like a day later. I was just typing away and went, oh shit, that was all in her head! I fucking get it now! So that was quite cool, I liked that. What else did I like? I really enjoyed the platforming. I haven't played a good platformer in a long time. Yeah, combat's pretty good. You do have to think about some things. You can't just hammer them from a long distance using the pepper grinder. And a lot of the backstory and unlockables, like findables, things like the bottles and things like that, and the memories that unlock extra bits in the menu, I quite like, because I like, if I get into a game, I want to know everything about the game. With that said, let's look at the bad things. Now, there's a decent list of bad things, but they're not game-breaking bad, they're more annoyingly bad. I'm going to have to echo some of the thoughts that were brought up in the How to Unlock the DLC video from TR9000 and 07 Black Hawk 07. Basically, their main things, as well as mine, is there's no boss fights. If you played an older platformer, pretty much anything, when you get to the end of a chapter or end of a series of levels, there's a boss, and you have a big fight, and it's like, yes, beat the boss, fuck you, ha ha ha. And that's the payoff for the level. In Alice Madness Returns, there aren't any boss fights. There are mini bosses, I'd call them, which take a bit of work, but they're the same one over and over. There's no like big bad boss at the end. And the really annoying thing is, it makes it look like there is. If you look at this clip here.
Put me down this instant! I have got...
Enough talk! Battle time, missy! Abandon false hope! Forget the past! The damage is done!
Let the madness begin! Resume the folly!
It looked like you were going to have a boss fight, and then you don't, and it's really annoying, because you're like, ah, sweet, I get a big boss fight between these two characters, and then it doesn't happen. Apart from that, the only major problem I have is the game's supposed to be played through the first one, and you know a lot about the Lewis Carroll books and stuff. I read Alice in Wonderland, but not through the Looking Glass, and there are a few points that got a bit confusing, but I still liked them. Last minute complaint I just remembered. The game also mixes up between game rendered cutscenes and animated cutscenes, and it's only a minor quibble, but I would have preferred it all be in game. So, in summary, I enjoyed the game. I'm not sure if I'd play it again though. I unlocked a fair bit of stuff as I went through, and it was quite, maybe, I'm not one of these people who enjoys playing games on a harder difficulty. I play for the setting and the story. I can quite happily walk around quite pretty maps and enjoy it. so I'm not sure if I'd replay it, but it is one of the better things I've played this year. The only really other big game I played this year was Deus Ex, and to quote the great Mitch Hedberg, Deus Ex is like pancakes, all exciting at first, then by the end you're fucking sick of it, because the end of Deus Ex was rubbish, it was utter rot. But Alice Madness Returns kept a good level all the way through the game, and it kept it enjoyable for me. It kept me wanting to go back. It's one of the few games I've actually thought, fuck, I just want to play 10 more minutes. So just 10 more minutes, and then it's 2 hours later and you've ruined your entire day. Out of 10 I'd have to give the game a good solid 8 out of 10, because I really enjoyed it. But it's just the lack of boss fights does let it down, it could really do a bit. So yeah, 8 out of 10, bloody enjoyed it. I hope there's going to be another one. Also, I wrote a gushing letter saying, yeah, I really enjoyed your game, The Spicy Horse, and American McGee responded, and there were squeals of joy from me. So yeah, 8 out of 10. As always, I'm Big Adam, and I do crap reviews. And I have absolutely nothing else to do today, because the weather's utterly rancid. Oh well, I'm sure I'll find something.